Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? It's Bio back again with another interesting video. So I believe you guys haven't seen me on YouTube for a while now. That's because I have been busy. I've had a lot of things to do. So for that reason alone, I haven't been able to make any kind of video. You know, a busy man, you become a little bit less idle to actually do these videos. But anyways, what I'll be talking about today on this fresh morning is all about South Africans. I mean, this topic isn't coming from the place of just about South Africans, but rather Africans in general and human beings. I don't want to make it about Africans now. Human beings and how we behave. Before we start this video, I want you guys to actually watch a video that I've seen on the internet about a British man that is actually sobbing, crying, all because immigrants are actually in Britain. And it's like, what is wrong with our country? You guys take a look at this video.
Look what's going on in our beautiful country. Our beautiful, beautiful country, guys. And we're allowing this to happen. What's wrong with you all?
What do you think?
You don't know what's going to happen in 10 years' time if this carries on. I know what's going to happen, boss, and trust me, I'm scared for my kids and my grandkids. Do you think our grandparents knew what was going to happen on the beaches when they were giving their lives? No.
So now it's easy for anyone to actually watch that video and be like, oh, that guy is a racist. He's someone who doesn't like anyone who doesn't look like him. And I totally would agree with you. So yes, we can all agree most of these guys are really racist. But then I'm not going to talk about that guy alone, because I have told you guys I'll be talking about Africans. The way people can twist things easily for propaganda reasons. So now let's watch a video about South Africans, about a couple of South Africans. I've seen a lot of videos about them. I mean, everywhere on TikTok, saying every foreigner who is not South African should not be allowed to access the healthcare in South Africa. It doesn't matter if this person is a child. It doesn't matter if it's a woman. It doesn't matter if it's an elderly person. They are not allowed to access the healthcare in South Africa because maybe somewhere it's in the law of South Africa. I didn't know that exists in South African rule, which I believe is very ridiculous for anyone to believe healthcare shouldn't be accessible to some people. But then let's just watch the video before we make proper comment about it.
If you know that you are not a South African citizen, may you please stand up and leave our hospital. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. If you are not a South African, leave our hospital. You need to go and seek medical attention from a private facility, not here anymore.
We are supporting March in March organization. We have started already here to activate hospitals, and the message is very clear. We don't want foreign nationals, documents, no documents.
This is specifically to the MECs of Health and the Minister of Health. Stop threatening us with prison. Stop threatening us with prison. It's either you join us in this fight, not unless niyohlangana nemambe ephuza umhluzi. Anyone who's not a South African citizen, just because of this side, please stabilize them. After they've been stabilized, you can discharge them. These people, they had too much privileges to have files in our hospital. It ends here and it ends now.
So as you can see, that guy or those ladies came online, filmed themselves, feeling vindictive that they are actually depriving their normal human being, average human being, average Joe, of healthcare. But then that's not just what I want you guys to see in this whole part. The people they are depriving this healthcare and calling foreigners are black people, are fellow black people like them who at some point in their lineage has been oppressed, who at some point in their lineage has been put into some of the most atrocious situation. And we all know that. I mean, everybody knows that. But these guys think it is okay to actually deprive them of basic health care because they are not South Africans and they are foreigners. I mean, it's the word foreigners I want us to quote out here. They are foreigners. Now, let's spin this around and say it is a white man who has said this. Let's just say it is a white British man or it is a white American man who has said this. This would have been portrayed in a different light and be like, oh, a racist or a Karen or what have you has said so. But then, if we think about it a little bit, humans are likely to overreact. Humans have this thing about them where they just don't like anything foreign. I mean, even our body don't like foreign objects. I mean, from my own knowledge in school, if you insert something that, let's say, plastic into your body is going to fight its best. It's going to do its best to try to eject that foreign object. That's because it is not used to foreign object. It doesn't like foreign objects. It is the same thing with most humans. Humans mostly don't like anything foreign. And not just about being foreign here. Humans don't like competition. I mean, in a society where people are already a lot to some extent, the moment people sense that there are some aliens, some different people who are actually coming around, and maybe their presence is actually what is increasing the population, and as a result increasing competition for resources, increasing the competition for healthcare, they will spin it around and say, oh, it is the foreigners that are responsible for this and we need them ejected. It doesn't matter if these foreigners are actually the one holding down the economy. It doesn't matter if these foreigners are the ones making even the healthcare. I don't know how healthcare works in South Africa, but I bet there are a lot of foreigners who are doctors or nurses in South Africa. But these South Africans wouldn't see how the Nigerian doctor or the Nigerian nurse has been the one who took care of them at some point. But then when they see fellow Nigerians who probably pay tax in the country, they'll be like, no, we do not want these people in our society. We do not want them in South Africa. And as a result of that, you see the same thing we see all around the world. We still see the same thing we see all around the world. So I'm not trying to come up with the narratives that racists don't exist. They do. We all have been victims of racism at some point in our lives. I mean, if you're of a different race, apart from white, even white people, I believe a couple of them will have faced this sort of racism. It's just more or less like prejudice based on your race. That's just basically what racism it is. So if you've been someone outside your own country, outside your comfort zone at some point in your life, you probably would have faced a little bit of racism, to be honest. And if you're not careful, it would be a little bit undermined depending on your race. For example, if you're a black person and you face racism from a white person, it probably would be talked about, okay, that's racism. But imagine if it's spinned around and it's a white person facing racism from a black person, it will be a different case. I mean, before I end the video, let's also talk about what happened in Ghana, where a couple of Ghanaians are saying they don't want Nigerians there. This is still the same theory. People not wanting foreigners in their country. It doesn't matter where these foreigners are from. Sometimes it could be a white man who doesn't want an Indian man. It doesn't matter if it's a black man doesn't want a white man. It happens all around the world. Like I said, some of it has a racist undertone. Some most likely xenophobic. Some due to jealousy. But at the end of the day, the topic or the full-fledged learning that we can learn from this is humans generally don't like foreign objects, and as a result of that, we need to just be careful. I guess the government needs to take control, because we can see in South Africa some guys are even forming a militia group to send away foreigners instead of just handing it over to the police. Apparently, it just proves what everybody says about South Africa being a very, very violent country, and people thinking they are the police at this point in time. So you guys tell me what you think about this whole topic, just being around talking about how people don't like foreigners. That's just what the video is all about. So you guys tell me what you think about this topic. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you guys would maybe stay tuned to watch my next video. Thank you once again. I'll see you guys another time. Peace.